Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back, y'all. My name is Danielle, and this is my spiritual journey. Okay, so I have a challenge for y'all. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? I have a challenge for y'all. This is going to be like a 24-hour challenge, and it's going to be on manifesting because we've been talking about manifesting yesterday. And so let's continue with manifesting. Think of something that you would consider like a smaller goal. Small is subjective, right? What one person thinks may be, they may think $100 is a small amount. Someone else may think that that's a really big amount, right? So if you feel like $100 is a big amount, then do something like, $5. If you feel like that's impossible, we're definitely going with our intentions, right? And so if your intention is to manifest, money, you can leave it at money, then you can do that. But if you're like, man, $5 is still like up there, then then don't do that. But you can just leave it at money. If money is something that still seems big for you, like you'll know how it feels, then don't do money, do something else. Now, when I help people do different things, I have them manifest small things. For example, I had done a healing one time, and this person really needed some confirmation and things like that. And so I had put in her that every time she saw X, Y, and Z, then it was literally going to remind her of a loved one that had passed away. And she was always missing this loved one. And so, I had her we went through some steps and everything. And it was like she left from the session and was driving. And as she was driving, she saw nothing but that thing right there that we had, that I had put in her so that it would be a memory for her every time she saw it and she'd think of the loved one who had passed away. And so it was just like instant manifestation for her. And she was just like, just seeing the abundance of that thing was almost like enveloping her in the love of the person who passed away. And so what I want to do is just the same simple thing, just have y'all think of something that you want to manifest. And it can be like a symbol, a synchronicity, somebody just to come through and encourage you, somebody to call you, somebody to send you a text message, just anything that you think is a small gesture, a small thing, then do that. Um, well, this is just a little story time. So me and my daughter went to Bojangles the other day. I'd never been. And so we went to Bojangles and I had ordered like the crispy chicken sandwich, but then I saw that you could get it deluxe, which was going to be like lettuce and tomato for 50 cents. And so I was like, okay, let me get the deluxe chicken sandwich thingy. And remember, I'd never had it before. And then I got the meal. So the meal was going to come with fries because I wanted fries. And then my drink was like they have like the drinks that I don't typically drink. And so I was like, a Dr. Pepper with no ice. And so they were like, our Dr. Pepper machine is down. And so I was just like, I believe my daughter said Starry was good, right? So I was like, Starry, no ice. So I get that. My daughter gets her food. And, we get all the way back to the house. Like she looked through the bag real quick and then put it away so that she could start driving. And, she just does what she does. And so we get and we're getting ready to start eating. Like we're already at another destination and we're getting ready to start eating. And I'm like, girl, like there are no fries in this bag for me. She ordered like mac and cheese. There were no fries in that bag. Like I'm all ready because I'm one of those people that when I want to eat, I feel like maybe this won't fill me up, but if I get the meal, then the meal should fill me up, right? And so there's no fries, and so I'm like, am I going to be hungry after this? Am I going to be all the things? I had been drinking on my story the whole time. The story came with ice, but her drink had no ice. And she said she asked for light ice on hers. And I was like, no ice on mine. So I'm immediately, as we are leaving the Bone Jangles place, I'm already grabbing the one with no ice because I'm just like, This one has no ice. And she's like, no, 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 that one's mine. I was like, no, because this has no ice and that's mine. And she was just like, ma'am, what did you order? And I was like, I got that starry drink. And so I was like, so that's mine because it has no ice. And this one has ice, it's yours. And so she's like, I ordered a Mountain Dew. And so I was just like, Mountain Dew. And so she was like, Mountain Dew is going to be darker than yours. Yours is the light one. So give me my dark one back. And so I was just like, because I had ice and I'm always cold anyway, and I don't really care for ice. And I don't know where people's ice machine is and where that ice come from. I've seen people dump ice from buckets. Where have those buckets come from? And are y'all clean and all the things? And maybe dropping the shovel. So I usually just say no ice. Anyway, guys, so um she ends up letting them know, hey, the sandwich that I ordered and paid the 50 cents, yes, 50 cents for the lettuce and tomato, I had no lettuce and tomato. It didn't have it at all. And then the fries missing completely, not even in there. And so it was just like, yeah, so this is what we're in. And so they were like, okay, can you come back? And I'm like, no, we can't come back. Like she still had things to do. And it was just that was a let's stop by, do this as we're still doing things on our list. And then when we finally got to be done for the day, nobody wants to turn back around. Like it's in a completely different city. Nobody wants to do all that. And so it was like, no, no, no. We're just gonna have to do it a different day. And tomorrow is not a different day. We're gonna have to come back a different day. And so we ended up coming back a different day, still been open, not upset or anything. Just, we do understand that since people have reopened and done different things when COVID was going, but then after the numbers started dropping for COVID, like you've noticed, we've noticed anyway, like the customer service, the number of employees that people have has significantly dropped. And so, at that location, that Bojangles location, which I've never been to one in before, it seemed like there may have been all of two employees, right? And so it was like the person who was taking the order may have also been the one that was like actively not just doing the drinks and things, but like the drinks, getting the food ready and all the other stuff, right? And so it seemed like that person was doing more than normal. Like I don't know what normal is, but they seemed like they were running and doing some stuff. And so it was just like, oh, okay, yeah. No need to be upset. Yes, I was gonna be hungry, but there was no need to be like, I can't stand these people. And so, let them know, hey, we're not going to be able to make it back that same day or the next day. And so we ended up going back yesterday. And when we went, I was like, do you think we need to get out of the car or do we go through the drive-through? Like, how do we do this? Because again, there are some places and Bojangles is like a fast food place. There are some places that I've noticed that even though they're fast food, they have the drive-through, they're closing their lobbies. They are closing their lobbies. And so you don't get out. It's a thing to not get out and go to the lobby. And last time, plus this time, the parking lot is empty. Like there's nobody really there unless it's like the employee car. But the drive-through is what people will be using. So she was just like, let's just do the drive-through. And if they tell us to go inside, we'll go inside. So that's what we did. Hit the drive-through, and the person is saying, the nice greeting and stuff it is. And so then we're like, hey, um, we came the other day, spoke to the manager. Manager said, that, just come back through and get the meal again and, to make it right type thing. And so he was like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, I got you. And so she was like, and then I would also like to order. And so she placed her order. And so she placed her order and then the person was like, and what was the one that was messed up and we need to do again? So said that. And then he was like, okay, your total is 21, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that's what I paid the first time around. That's not what it's supposed to be this time around because my part is supposed to be no charge. And so she said that. And he was like, I'm sorry, sorry. I'm gonna, yeah, let me fix that. I'm sorry. And so he was like, go ahead and pull up. And so he looks and sees both of us. And I did have the receipt in case they wanted to see the receipt, that we really did come there and get something and it was messed up type thing. And I knew the manager's name that we had spoken to, but didn't ask for any of that. And then looking at the person who was assisting, we both think that that was the manager. That was a manager, not the manager, but a manager. And so he told us to pull up a little bit. So we pulled up a little bit, and then he brought out the meal, but was basically like, okay, sorry. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for giving us another try. Like all the things, like all the nice customer servicey things, very apologetic and everything. And there was no charge. So I wasn't supposed to be being charged for my meal because they messed up my meal the first time. But my daughter's meal, they were going to be charging her for it, but he went ahead and just comped the entire thing. And so it was like, that was really nice. And that can be a manifestation as well. Like if you look at it, that's a manifestation in a lot of different ways. Like if you were looking for finances, and this is just to help you out, if you're looking for finances, my daughter's meal was probably going to be closer between like $9.60 to $10. And so, you can look at, okay, well, that's that amount of money that we got because we didn't have to spend it, even though we went somewhere and it was supposed to cost that much, it didn't. So you can look at it as getting money because that didn't come out of anybody's account. So that's one thing. You can look at it as getting something free because it was, excluding the fact that, well, no, even looking at mine, because for mine, they messed up on my sandwich. They omitted the fries completely. And yes, they did put ice in my drink, but we didn't say anything about the ice being in there. But, they could have just done the sandwich and the fries. They could have done any mix of things, but they decided to do the whole meal again. So that is something that was really nice that they did. Um, let's see. She got her food. So that was that, that just the niceness. The conversation even was nice because again, he went and he wasn't just like, um, here you go type thing, or, I comped it, whatever the case. He went above and beyond and he was like, I'm so sorry. Thank you for coming back and giving us another try. Like all the things. And so that's just niceness, above and beyond niceness, that most people will be doing, especially, like I said, after they went through the rougher parts of COVID, and a lot of these places were still open, and their numbers, their employment has dropped significantly. So, just a lot of things like that. We kept our upbeat personalities and energies. And so, it was just a nice interaction. And so you can look at that being a lot of things. Or maybe what if my daughter or myself had done something prior to, right? And we were wanting to, maybe we were speaking to one of our ancestors or one of our loved ones who had passed away. And we were like, hey, can you just give us a sign? Somebody nice to be doing something nice to us, somebody, give us something free or from some food or whatever the case is, then that could have been a confirmation, not just for me to get that free meal for me, but my daughter to get the free meal. But then it could also be confirmation for her wanting to get something or me wanting to get something from our ancestors, just a confirmation or a sign from them that they hear us or that they're working on something or whatever the case is. So it's so many different things that it can work. I don't believe that there are any coincidences. I believe that everything is working for something. So, just think of something, like I said, it can be something that you feel is small. Meaning, when I say small, because I know that this is going to need some background as well. Small is you say it and you just let it do what it do, right? It is not, let's say, okay, well, I'm talking to my great grandma or my great great grandma or even my daddy. And, I'm talking to them and I'm like, okay, so I know you're going to be doing this if I see a penny on the ground, right? So I could see, give me the sign and let's do a penny on the ground. Now, for me to do small and to let go is just to be like, hey, just a penny on the ground, whatever the case is, and go about my day. Go about my day. Now, me to say it's something that's bigger, even if it's a penny, but maybe I'm really, really feeling like my daddy does not hear me unless I see this penny, right? That's stress. We don't want that. We don't want that. Your daddy hear you. My daddy hear me, right? I don't need penny for a confirmation. But if you're feeling like that kind of thing, that's not something small. that is a big thing for you because you're putting everything like my daddy doesn't hear me unless I see this penny, right? And then when you go out and you're looking all on the ground like this, like you bumping into people because you steady looking at the ground, trying to find a penny, right? Like that's you going out of your natural way to be like, where is this penny? I need my daddy to be talking to me. Yeah, yeah, no, don't do that because here's the thing. You sitting there looking at the ground, looking for this penny and stuff, and your your father or whoever, if they anything like mine, it could have been that, if you would have been minding your beeswax and going up through your normal do day, maybe your cashier's name was Penny, because my daddy got that dry humor type thing. So instead of you seeing a penny on the ground, it could be somebody named Penny. That dog that you was running away from, maybe that dog's name was Penny. That's if you got a man. I got a great uncle who was honorary. That's something that he would do. Just have a dog named Penny that you ain't trying to take your ASS nowhere near, but that's the dog's name. Hey, Penny. No, I need you to go somewhere with that. Maybe it's a penny on a billboard. Maybe it's you listening to this radio show or something. I don't listen to the radio or anything. And they be like, text Penny to the number, blah, 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 blah. That could be your penny. That is your confirmation. The pennies can be all over the place. Somebody can come by and maybe it's a little kid and the little kid is like, hi, how little kids be, hi. And then they do something like this to you, and you be like, what you got? And they put a penny in your hand. I mean, it could be so many things, but if you got your nose snooping all over the ground looking for a penny, like you're missing it. Go through your day, your normal day. If you're not leaving the house today, you ain't leaving the house today. That doesn't mean that you're not going to get whatever the message is because you're not leaving your house. So just be open, make it little, make it small. Well, I make it little, make it small. When I say make it small, it's like you're not going to be 1,000% attached to it. Like I said, if I don't see a penny, that ain't no confirmation that my daddy does or doesn't hear me. Like I know my daddy hears me. Make sure your intention is there. My intention is to get, my intention is, let's see, if I want a penny, my intention is to see a penny today. Find a penny, see a penny. You can see a penny because do you really find the penny cashier if you just see a penny? See a penny. Maybe somebody else is going to take the penny on the ground. If it's on the ground or whatever the case, maybe somebody else takes it. Doesn't mean that you have to take it. It just means that you saw it. Maybe your thing is, you want to manifest. Oh my goodness, y'all. It is the season. Maybe you just want to manifest a parking spot that ain't in the back 1040, you ain't trying to walk from Timbuktu to wherever because you see me with this sweatshirt on. It's cold outside. So maybe you ain't trying to do that long walk. And so maybe you're trying to manifest this parking spot that's up close. There's so many things that you can manifest that are small, Maybe you want to manifest that parking spot that's up close, but you're fine to walk. Maybe you manifest a parking spot that's up close, but you see somebody else that's old and, whatever the case is, and maybe they don't want to walk as far. And you're like, I see the spot, you take it. Go ahead. And then look, lo and behold, by the time they take their time getting into the parking spot, another spot opens up that's right there too. You're like, look, I manifested two parking spots. So, all the things. And I'm not saying, if you come across a penny, you got to get a penny to somebody else, take it if you want it. If you come across a parking spot that you got to pass it up, you don't have to pass it up. Take it because you manifested it, right? You don't have to give it to somebody else. You can take it. Don't sit there and be like, okay, well, I manifested this parking spot. I'm gonna let it go to somebody else, and then you waiting for another parking spot to open up and like, man, I never manifested a parking spot. You did. You just let somebody else take it. Don't don't do that. So let's do this challenge and see what we get, see what we come up with. I'm not sure what it is that I want to manifest. I'll talk about it in another video, I guess. Let's see. Because I don't have much of nothing. Let's see. I talk to my peoples all the time. I don't ask them for signs though. We just have our conversation and be done. Like there is no, I don't have the conversation. It's just like, let me know, whatever, whatever. Like we have a back and forth conversation at that time. So it's like if you were talking to your friend or somebody that's right there with you in person, you don't be like, okay, girl, text me to let me know that you heard what I said. Like, we don't do that. Now we can say text me when you get home, but my people's already home and I'm already at home. So yeah, yeah. But yeah, make it make sense. So I'll figure out something that I'm going to work on. And if I don't feel like doing a video on it, then I might just come back later today and put a comment underneath this video. So yes, that's what I'll do. I'll do that. If I think of something, then I'll put a comment underneath this video. So if you have any questions, comments, feedback, anything like that, y'all put it in the comment section. If you want to let me know what you guys are manifesting within your 24 hours, put it in the comment section. I do, like I said, I plan to have the thing that I want to work on. And so then by the time I do tomorrow's video, 24 hours will have passed. And then I can be like, look, y'all, surprise. Okay, so yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll do that. Let me put on my thinking cap to see what little thing is that I want to manifest. Ooh, I know. Wait, that might be that's not little. That's not little. Um, I feel like okay, this is what it is. Okay, y'all, I'm a manifest an answer, right? I am feeling like so there's a big part of me that really does want to go ahead and get into a house and, get my things back to the way things are supposed to be for me, the way that I feel my vision is supposed to be, right? This is a little story time, y'all. Thank you for staying tuned. And so that is what I'm feeling. But then yesterday I was going through and kind of doing like a clarification session and it wouldn't stick. Like my truck, it was fine, but my house, it wouldn't stick. And so I was like, am I looking for my house in the wrong space? Am I looking, wait, where, what, when, like all the things. And so I want to get clarification within the next 24 hours on if my space place is here in Los Estados Unidos, in the United States, or in another country. Because I do feel like maybe that's why I don't feel really aligned. The location that I was saying could be off, or it could be that I'm in the wrong country, the complete wrong country. I am open to living in another country, as we all know. So that is what I really want my answer on. It's not like, oh my goodness, the world hinges on this. Because even if it is okay, stay in the United States, it's just okay, I'm going to stay in the United States, but I still need to figure out where that is. Or it could be go to another country and it could like, go to another country. Okay. So it's just going to be something easy in the United States or another country. So that's what I'm going to be pulling in for my calling in for the next 24 hours is, am I just confirmation on am I here in the United States or am I supposed to go to another country? And, is that why the alignment is not right with the house? So again, it's either the wrong location that I'm looking at in the United States or it's that it's not the United States at all. So that's what I'll have. And so by the time we get to this video tomorrow, guys, whatever video I'm talking about tomorrow, then, I'll put in probably at the end of the video tomorrow or something about, what the answer um, or that I got the answer. No, I'm not going to say the answer, but I'll let you know that I did get the answer or that I didn't get the answer. So that's what it'll be. Okay, so again, I'm letting you know what mine is. So feel free to put yours in the comment section if you have something small that you want to manifest within the next 24 hours. And then tomorrow, when I do the video, I'll let you know if I got mine, and then you can comment in the comment section on if you got yours. So that's what we'll do, guys. This is fun. This is fun. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm too excited to go to sleep. That Disney World Channel commercial. Okay, well, I'll chat with y'all later. Y'all have a great one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. All right, talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.